You're missing the whole point. You're trying to control your life through Pinterest, through every feeling that you try to convey into your life. Although you can't curate and control every area of your life, you can definitely curate the way that you react to every area of your life. And that in itself is the control. I am on a trip right now and I prepared for this for like months. And do you know what happened? Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I'm about to unleash some waves on you. Okay, Pinterest perfect is not real life and you cannot control everything. I'm sorry to break it to you. You can't control every area of your life. You can't curate everything and try to turn it into this aesthetic thing so that your life is mapped up in a perfect way. Now, in an ideal world, you can do these things and romanticize every little area of your life. I do this. I like to romanticize my life. I think it's a nice thing. It's a beautiful thing because you start to look at your life in a way where you're really taking in the small things. You're making things beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just get this straight really quickly. There's nothing wrong with wanting your life to look good or have a nice vibe to your life or try to make things aesthetically pleasing. But this is where we get lost. If you are one of those girls that love to create Pinterest boards, you love to make your life a certain way and make it feel a certain aesthetic. But now it's got to a point where you're trying to control everything. You're trying to control how you look, every single outfit, and make sure everything's aesthetically pleasing, or you're not doing the coolest thing. You feel like you're missing out. Let me tell you something. I am on a trip right now and I prepared for this for like months. 2 months in advance, I was preparing Pinterest boards. I prepared my outfits. I looked at everywhere we were going to go. I prepared an itinerary. And do you know what happened? Life happened. I'm not well. I've got to this trip and I've got a very bad stomach flu virus, whatever. So I prepared for this trip and I don't even know what to call the symptoms that I have right now. It's literally so much pain. I don't feel good. I feel very, crampy in my stomach. And yesterday on the way here, I felt so negative. I was on the plane and I was like, I literally prepared for this. I wanted this to be really special. I made sure that everything was aesthetically pleasing, all my outfits. I made sure I knew what I was doing every day. But the thing about Pinterest is Pinterest will make you feel like that is what life should be. Everything should be picture perfect. The thing about all these pictures you see on Instagram or everything that the internet wants us to make us feel like our life should be, it's not reality, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we get in our head that things have to be a certain way, or it's not perfect, or we're not good enough. If you're going for a certain aesthetic in how you want to dress, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever you're trying to achieve. If you don't have, the newest clothes or that exact shirt to make that outfit complete, then you don't look the way that you want to in your head, so you're not going to feel the way that you want to. A lot of us can go through this where we want to try to control every area of our life, and there's nothing wrong with having aspirations, but when you start to feel like you do not have anything outside those aspirations until you can curate and control, it comes from a place of lack. And what that really means is you are not fulfilled, and when you're not fulfilled, you try to fulfill yourself through other things, and that means by trying to fill your cup with things that are going to try and make you feel more whole. So I'm on this trip now and I do not feel the way that I wanted to feel, and I can't control that. That's life. But I wanted to bring you guys on this journey because I thought, you know what, life happens. I'm in pain. I don't feel the way I wanted to feel, but I want to go on this trip and have a good time and make the most of it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I have a whole itinerary planned months ago. I'm talking Saturday to Saturday, every single day, things planned. My first thought yesterday was, I do not want to do this. I do not want to go out and get things done when I have really bad stomach cramps. But instead of looking at it in a negative way, I'm going to try and embrace it and understand that we can't control things. That's life. But it's about the way you look at it. If I now react to this in a different way, I can change the outcome of this trip. So that's what I want you to remember. Although you can't curate and control every area of your life, you can definitely curate the way that you react to every area of your life. And that in itself is the control. You're missing the whole point. You're trying to control your life through Pinterest, through every outfit that you wear, every vibe that you have, every feeling that you try to convey into your life by controlling things. A lot of people have different ways of controlling things. They try to control things through how much money they make, through how much weight they can lose, through how they can make their body look, through how they can make themselves look, through how much validation they can get on the internet. People try to control things throughout every different area of their life. Now, you might not class yourself as someone who likes control, but as humans, we want control. We crave it. I'm sorry, you can't control all that all the time. There are going to be money issues. There are going to be weight issues. There are going to be things about your appearance that you don't like. There are going to be trips that you go on and you're not going to feel like yourself. You're not going to feel good. You're going to feel like, you planned everything. In this instance, I planned everything for this trip and it's not going the way I want it to go. I don't feel the way I want to feel. But you know what I can control? I can control the way that I react to this situation. And that's why I want to show you guys that if I go on this trip and I make this a negative thing, I am partly at fault because I am the one that is losing control here, not the situation. I am now succumbing to the situation and letting the situation situation become my master when I can become the master of the situation. And I think that's kind of like a meditation practice where you need to sit in the situation and think, how can I react to this differently to get the best outcome? Anyway, I've been waffling. I got out of bed and I washed my face, put on my cream, and I was like, you know what, before I get ready for the day, I want to film this video. Now I need to do my makeup, go get ready, and then I'm going to come back on camera just to show you that we can still get cute, we can still feel good, we can still make ourselves feel lovely even when we don't feel our best. So look at the things that you can control, and the one thing you can control is your reaction. Okay, so let me show you. This is my outfit. Beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. She's not feeling well. She doesn't feel amazing. She's got some crumbs. But you know what? She looks cute. And that is the most important thing. I did the best with what I had. Also, Josh, do you want to say hi? Just say hi! Where are we going? Rhodes. We're going to Rhodes Town, and then we're gonna go to the beach maybe. This is part one of me making the most of when I don't feel good, because we're on holiday. Hello my angels. Okay, I look like a proper tourist. I literally got sunstroke the other day. I got myself a little cute hat and I think I look very adorable in it. I look like a tourist. Anyway, so I just wanted to check in with you guys about what's been going on since the last clips that I've made. I've noticed that when you go with the flow, you don't really notice the bad things happening as much. So for example, if you're there really getting in your head about a situation and you feel like things are not going your way, and then you start to really focus on it, you can actually make the problem worse. Because now, not only is there the problem, there's all your attention on the problem. But if you have the problem and your attention is elsewhere, you will actually start to notice that the problem will get better because you are now not putting all your life force, your energy onto this one thing. You have other things going on. And I think in a way, especially when you have health issues or anything going on inside the body, you actually give yourself more of a chance to heal when you are not focusing on it so much. But this can also go with mental issues. If you have something that's really depressing you, making you feel not good about yourself, and you're just constantly focusing on it, you're going to think other people are focusing on it, and then that might affect something else that you do because now you're not being authentic. It's just going to be a cycle effect by the way that you are focusing on it. Whereas if you shift your focus and look at it from a different perspective and just say, okay, this thing is not going the way that I want it to go, but how can I see this differently? You will actually notice the situation will get better. It doesn't matter what situation this is, even if it's the worst situation ever and you're like, okay Leo, this does not apply to me, I cannot relate to this because I'm in a different situation. Yes you can. Yes you can. You just need to try to see it from a different perspective. Now it was hard. When I got here, I literally had terrible stomach ache. I got off the plane and I was like, I do not really feel good about myself. I don't feel comfortable. The first few hours I came back to where we're staying and I just lay in bed doing meditation. Then the next day I had other issues, other health problems that I was feeling, and I was like, okay, well, why is this happening? Then I got sunstroke and I'm like, okay, well, why is this happening? But I've noticed if I just go with the flow, like yesterday I woke up with sunstroke and I was like, well, what's a plus here? My stomach is feeling a bit better. So I looked at it from a different perspective. So now I'm not focusing on the fact that I feel, you know, sunstroke, headache. I'm focusing on the fact that my stomach feels better, and that's a positive. So now my energy has shifted to something that I'm grateful for, and I'm able to be more present within the moment. Whereas if I'm just like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Catastrophizing, it's just going to make things much worse for you. So you need to try and shift your focus. So that's the main point of this video, is that life is not perfect. We can't make it perfect. We can't curate everything. We can't make everything the way that we want it to be, but we can make our reaction the way that we want it to be, which will then in turn make life more of what we want it to be. We can't make it exactly how we want it to be. We can make the vibe of how we react to things. We can curate that. Anyway, we're gonna go to the beach today and I'm gonna try and not get sunstroke. Hello guys, so it is the end of the trip. I'm leaving today. I just wanted to quickly make a sign-off video in case you didn't get all the takeaways. Here is your takeaway. I need to tell you this one thing. You need to understand that life is unpredictable, because I feel like a lot of the time we can try to control our life. We can be very big control freaks. You want everything to be perfect, but when you do this, you actually take away from the present moment, and the more you take away from the present moment, the more you are living in your head and you're not living in the now. We need to start living in the now. Even when things are not going our way, we need to change the way we react to it so that we can feel more in control. It's so funny, we think that by doing all these things we're going to have control over our life. We think that by trying to curate everything and make everything perfect, we have more control, when it actually in turn is so ironic because we have less control. Because how are you going to have control over things? Because life is not like that. Life does not give you everything your way all the time, but sometimes you will notice that you will think something is not going your way. Like there's been many times on this trip where I've literally had pain, or I've had a flare up, or I felt not good in myself, I felt uncomfortable, something or other, and I've just been sitting there thinking, oh, like, look, here we go again, this is why good things don't happen to me, like negative spirals. And then all of a sudden something really good happens. And I feel like that's just the way of the universe. Sometimes you get things, sometimes things are taken from you, but there's always some good that you can look for. So change your reaction and change your mindset, and you will actually have more control over your life. Also remember that you can still make yourself look cute. You can still do the Pinterest boards. You can still, you know, do what you want to do to make yourself feel good, but you don't need to be this picture perfect set thing, like all the pictures. Oh, I want to look exactly like this. I'm sure you have this vision in your head of how you want to look, of how you want to talk, of how you want to act, and sometimes we don't live up to those standards, or we have this vision in our life of how we want our life to be, and then when it doesn't exactly live up to that, we can feel like we're not enough, when really life is just not like that. And you can make your life exactly what you want it to be through your reactions, because your reactions will lead to more ways that you act, and the way you act will lead to more things in your life. And what you will get, like say you have a bad day and you react badly, then you might put that energy on someone else, and then that might lead to another bad thing, and then you think bad things always happen to you. Whereas if you react to it in a more positive way, you might actually see the other side of it. So try to change your perspective, and remember that life is not a Pinterest board, and that's absolutely okay. I actually quite like the fact that I have imperfections and I don't look exactly like my Pinterest board, because I am me and you are you. It's really distracting me in the background. So I just wanted to say that if this video helped you in any way, please go and subscribe to this channel. I'm a new channel. Just because I'm a new channel does not mean I'm not speaking facts. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I've just unleashed some waves on you.